done it. You walked into a store for one thing, one specific item with one specific purpose, you had a plan, and you left with 6 things you didn't need, spent 3 times what you intended, and somehow you feel fine about it. It happens every time. Not because you're undisciplined, not because you got distracted, because there are systems carefully engineered, scientifically tested, invisible systems designed specifically to make you do exactly that. And the people who built them understand how your brain makes decisions better than you do. Let's talk about what they know. In 1974, psychologists Amos Tversky and Daniel Kahneman ran a simple experiment. They spun a wheel of fortune in front of participants. The wheel was rigged. It always landed on either 10 or 65. Then they asked, what percentage of African nations are in the United Nations? The people who saw 10 guessed 25% on average. The people who saw 65 guessed 45% on average. The wheel had nothing to do with the question. It was completely random. It didn't matter. And yet it moved the answer by 20 percentage points. Tversky and Kahneman named this effect anchoring, and it is arguably the most profitable psychological discovery in the history of commerce. Here's how it works against you right now. When you see a jacket marked down from $400 to $180, you do not evaluate whether $180 is a fair price for a jacket. Your brain anchors to $400 and evaluates $180 relative to that. The $400 number, which may have been completely invented, becomes your reference point. The discount feels like winning money, even though you're spending money. Every was X dollars now Y dollars label you've ever seen was built on this single experiment from 1974. Every crossed out price, every original retail value, every compare at, anchoring, all of it anchoring. The stores are not telling you the price, they're telling you how to feel about the price. But anchoring is just the beginning, because there's a force even stronger than a discounted price. There's a number that completely short-circuits human rationality the moment it appears. 0. Behavioral economist Dan Ariely at MIT ran an experiment where he offered people a choice between 2 chocolates, a Lindt truffle for 15 cents, a Hershey's Kiss for 1 cent. Roughly 73% of people chose the truffle. That's a rational choice. You're getting more chocolate percent. Then he dropped both prices by exactly 1 cent. The truffle became 14 cents. The Kiss became free. And the results flipped entirely. Now 69% of people chose the Hershey's Kiss. The relative value between the 2 chocolates had not changed at all. A 13-cent difference was still a 13-cent difference. But the free option triggered something that a 1-cent option did not. 0 is not just a low price. 0 is a different thing entirely. It removes the possibility of loss. And human beings are wired to avoid loss far more powerfully than they're wired to pursue gain. This is why Amazon Prime changed retail forever. Not because it made shipping cheaper, because it made shipping 0. The moment shipping became free, the psychological barrier to purchasing anything at all collapsed. People who would have hesitated at a $3.99 shipping charge had no hesitation at $0. The Prime model is a direct application of the 0 effect at industrial scale, and it worked exactly as the science predicted. Now let's talk about the oldest manipulation in the book, and it still works just as well as it did 10,000 years ago. Scarcity, the fear that something is running out. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research gave participants 2 identical cookie jars. One had 10 cookies in it. One had 2. Participants consistently rated the cookies from the nearly empty jar as tastier, more valuable, and more desirable, even though the cookies were physically identical. The cookies did not taste different. The scarcity changed the perception of them. Your brain is running evolutionary software from a time when scarcity was a genuine threat to survival. When something was rare, it was usually valuable. When something was about to run out, competing for it was a matter of life and death. That software is still running. And every only 3 left in stock warning you've ever seen was written by someone who knows it. Booking.com pioneered real-time scarcity at internet scale. 2 people are looking at this room right now. Only 1 room left at this price. These alerts create a manufactured social competition around something you were casually browsing 5 seconds ago. The algorithm has no obligation to tell you that the 2 people might be bots, or that the 1 room left resets constantly. The scarcity is often engineered. The panic it creates is completely real. There is one more technique you should know, and once you see it, you'll spend the rest of your life spotting it on every menu and pricing page you encounter. Ariely demonstrated this with a subscription offer from the Economist magazine. 3 options. Online, only for $59. Print only for $125. Print and online together for $125. The same price as print only alone. Who would choose print only when you could get print and online for the same price? Essentially nobody. The print only option looks like a typo, but it's not. When Ariely removed the print only option, when people could only see $59 online or $125 for both, 68% chose the cheaper option. When he added the print only decoy back at the same price as the bundle, bundle, 84% chose the bundle. The useless option changed the choice by 16 percentage points. Its entire purpose was to exist, to be there so the bundle looked like a great deal. It was never intended to be chosen. It was intended to make something else look better by comparison. This is called the asymmetric dominance effect. And every 3-tier pricing page you've ever seen, good, better, best, was designed with this principle. The middle option is usually what they want you to buy. The top option is usually there to make the middle look reasonable. So here is where we are. The number in front of you is not a price. It's an argument. The crossed out number tells you what to feel. The 0 removes your rational hesitation entirely. The scarcity warning activates 10,000 years of survival instinct. And the useless middle option exists purely to make something else look like the obvious choice. None of this is illegal. All of it is documented in academic literature with full citations available to anyone who wants to read them. The companies doing it didn't invent it. They licensed it from behavioral economists who ran the experiments in the 1970s and 80s and found exactly what they found. Human beings are not rational economic actors. We are emotional animals with rational sounding justifications available on demand. Knowing this doesn't make you immune. Ariely himself admits he still falls for pricing tricks even while studying them. But knowing this changes the quality of your hesitation. Next time you feel a sudden urgency to buy something before it's gone, before someone else gets it, pause for 30 seconds and ask, where did this urgency come from 5 minutes ago? Because 5 minutes ago, before you saw the listing, it didn't exist. And manufactured urgency is the only thing that created it. The science of decision making is fascinating, and it's being used against you every single day at scale. What you do with that is up to you.